Good morning. Welcome to Ken and Joe in the morning. I'm Ken. That's Joe. And I've got a cup of Joe, and he's out in the wilderness on vacation. Good morning, Joe.
It's not exactly wilderness. I mean, it's the woods, but it's kind of like a really small town. It's called Tahoe Vista. It's pretty nice though.
Let's say,
Got the lake.
are there trees and wild animals about?
I haven't seen any wild animals, but plenty of trees. I got this beautiful like huge meadow next to the cabin, and there's like this little pond there, and we got the lake right across the street. Like we can literally walk right across the street and take the kids swimming.
Hey, Vogel, I'll
So
get you in a second. Hold on. That's always good. So the kids are having a good
yeah,
time. That's
if,
important.
if the guys want to check it out, like you can see, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's up at like 6,200 feet, so you know you got that elevation too. My wife wasn't feeling the elevation early on. She was like, she didn't feel right because she's not used to being up this high, but it doesn't really bother me.
Let me find Will Vogel here. Yeah, the elevation. I remember last time we went to when we went to there you go. Will, I just sent it to you. When we went to the Grand Canyon. Oh yeah, the elevation was good. Remember, I'm at sea level, and look how quick. I just sent the
Mhm.
dude the link. You ready? Watch how quick the Vogel comes in. Boom.
Hey,
Morning, Vogel.
morning, gents.
All
How
right,
you?
boys. Seems we got both of you here, and we got Vinny in the comments. I've been saying this shit's gonna happen for a while, and the commish. Well, the commish seems to agree with me. Quote: I have no doubt. Oh wait, let me give you the direct quote. Let me go into it because Goodell is saying that he has no doubt the NFL will have a team based outside the U.S. Quote: At some point, there will be an NFL team outside the USA. I have no doubt that this will happen one day.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm fine with it, but
There's two. Okay.
it's gonna take a
I'm
while.
fine with it too. I love it. It's cool, but the jet lag is gonna be bad. You'll have your team like make it a bye week when they travel to said country.
Also, I mean, it depends on the country, but
Yeah, exactly.
hey, good morning, Moonscar. I mean, look at like I've hypothesized in the past on this, right? Like, let's say they put a team in London. Dude, the
Hmm.
flight time for the East Coast teams to London is no worse. It's actually about the same. Like from Orlando to LA is a 5 hour flight.
Yeah,
From Philly to London is a 5 hour flight.
yeah, yeah. No, you got a point. It's definitely a two-sided coin. You know what? It's huge in Europe. NFL is popular there. You see the games. You see people wearing different jerseys for different teams. Yeah, so you know what? Like I said, the jet lag thing may be real, but other than that, why not?
I
It
mean, but
it was
we get.
bound to happen eventually.
I mean, when we started doing London game, Joe, remember it was like teams would fly out there for like a whole week, right? Now we've seen teams like was it with the Rams when they went there? They flew over there on a Saturday, played Sunday, and came right home.
Got a point.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
and I
hey,
think like London is a good place because there's a lot of different teams fans there. But I would bet that once you put a team there, that they would get behind their local team. They
oh
would.
yeah.
So you know, just imagine like the London Knights or something like that.
Well, then think of it this way too, from like a marketing standpoint, dude. That team would own the UK. I mean, not
Hmm.
just London, but the whole freaking country. It'd be like their national American football team. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? They would own that entire market. If they put
Oh, yeah.
and if they put two teams there, okay, cool. Let's say put a team in London, they put a team in London and a team in Liverpool, whatever, or Sheffield, whatever. I mean, hell, as it is with the British Premier League, you got like 7 teams in London because it's like London, and it's like boroughs, right? Kind of like how you can
Yep.
have Brooklyn and
Yep.
whatever, not New York. Um, but and look, you could be talking Canada, Goodell. You could be talking Mexico, which, if it's Canada, I mean, what's like, jet lag and all that doesn't matter. Mexico, same thing. I think Mexico is a security issue more than anything right now there.
I
Um,
agree.
but all the other stuff that we hear from, like, we used to hear from some of the other guys, were like, oh, well, what about visas? Like, dude, they're this old hat. I love American fans who just know American football and don't know international sports at all because, oh, well, they won't be able to get visas. How do they move there? Like, dude, this stuff happens like on the daily in Europe. you know, with all the professional soccer leagues and basketball leagues and now
Yeah.
hockey leagues, this stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, I lived in London and Germany. I agree 100%, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the logistics of the game that might be
Exactly.
interesting. And if that team sucks, it might be interesting to see how they draw after the initial honeymoon phase.
Yeah, I'm just. W- would you do an expansion draft? I'm guessing you would have to.
If you don't relocate a current team, yeah, you'd have to.
Mhm.
Yeah, you would have to. Yeah, exactly.
So the last one we did was what? The Panthers. It was the Panthers, Jag.
19. Yep.
Was that the Panthers and the Jag? When
It
was the
was
Jag?
1995.
Yeah. I mean, actually, all the last expansion teams, the Panthers, the Jags, they've
Oh
been doing.
wait, the last actually,
The
I don't know.
Texans,
I was
Yeah,
gonna
the
say
Texans haven't been
Texans
to a
in
Super Bowl yet. That was it.
2002.
and they had an expansion draft for the Texans too.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2002.
yeah. So I mean, we'll see. That's so that we won't spend too much time on that. But that was a little nugget Goodell drop. Some other news. Um, Zadarius Smith is still in the league. The Falcons signed him.
Mm, that guy's
Um,
still hanging around. Wow.
Here's one that surprised me. Keenan Allen, who said, "I'm going to sign with the Chargers or retire," just signed a
Mhm.
contract with the Indianapolis Colts.
I saw that earlier today or whenever it was released. I was like, dude, I swear, I agree, Ken. I swear, I thought he was like, oh, I'm gonna retire a Charger and be remembered as a Charger. Like, I'm sorry, but dude, you're gonna be like a third string on that Colts team, and you probably won't get the targets you want because you got Tyler Warren, you got Pittman, you
No,
got
Pittman's
Josh
gone.
Down. Like, you're not gonna get the touches you want.
Pittman's gone. Pittman went to Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry, not Pittman.
But you know what though? You're Keenan
You
Allen.
know what
You're
I mean.
good. You're a vet. That you still really got it. The guy can still make some amazing catches. Um, I like the signing. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I like it for them, especially after losing Pittman. I mean, I don't think that he replaces Pittman, but he does give you veteran leadership and some production. Um, I I like the move, especially because it wasn't terribly expensive. I mean, I
Mhm.
think the max on the contract is like 8 million.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's an interesting wide receiver room. You still got Alec Pierce, you got yeah, I think he's gonna be third on that depth chart for sure in terms of receiving.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I
But I
agree with
think he
you.
understands that going in.
Oh, I think
Uh,
he does. I mean, the dude knows where his role is. He's a smart vet. But you know what? Even with knowing that role, I bet he'll see a lot more of the ball than we think he will because the dude's a veteran receiver who still can get open, still has the step, makes some phenomenal catches. I would not be surprised if he's a big part of their offense.
yeah. No, and he was affordable and he was cheap. So,
Yep.
you know what? It was a good signing.
And Moonstar says, "Hey, he'll always be a Charger," and I agree. He'll do it one day and retire a Charger. Broski, There we go. Clearing up the mess there. Thank you, Broski. Now, Broski, we got some news. I hate to say this. Monangai is going to miss a couple weeks here in Chicago. An MRI revealed that he had hyperextended his right knee, which
Ooh.
made him leave practice early on Sunday. And he had a soft tissue injury he was dealing with as well, if you remember. So he's going to miss a few weeks. Not sure if that means he's good to go by the season opener or not. But, speaking of guys, Puka Nakua and Miles Garrett are not yet back at practice. Speaking of other guys who are out, but Benangai being out is a little bit of a hurt for the Bears if he has to miss the beginning of the season.
Yeah, I like Munungai. I think he's a good young player and he's solid, and that definitely hurts. Those injuries suck, and hopefully he can bounce back strong.
Yeah.
I
think it hurts a lot if he's not there week one. I think it hurts a lot because you're playing sloppy football already in your first week just because of the limitations on pad practices and things like that. It's already sloppy ball. And then, so you want to have an effective run game in week one to try to, counteract some of that sloppiness. And the thunder from your 1-2 is now not playing. Like, you got the lightning, but you need the thunder. Monangai is the bowling ball that you send it through in the middle, like between the tackles. And so.
Yeah, and Broski, there's been people asking, like, I wasn't impressed with Grady Jarrett as a Bear last year. He didn't mean to hurt his teammate, obviously. I don't know what he was thinking when he did that. But I'll tell you what, Grady Jarrett has some making up to do to Bears fans, so he better be balling this season.
I'm a Grady Jarrett fan because he went to Clemson, but yeah, what he did, I agree with you, Ken, even though he went to Clemson.
If he was a Penn Stater, I'm sure I would be fine with those. Hey, here's some interesting news. The Cincinnati Bengals, they need to lose more defensive players. Well, they lost. Defensive back Sierra Wright is leaving the team. You ready for this one? You want to know the reason why he's leaving?
I heard about this.
To pursue a career in acting.
Bro. Okay.
Now,
sure,
look,
buddy.
he's been in 7 films and some TV shows going back to his rookie year in 2014. He played a lead. He was LeBron James' son in Space Jam: A New Legacy. He played that role. I thought I saw that this morning, and I just you don't see it often. And NFL players yeah, you know what? I mean, look, I did see a great meme though already for it. The one where they have the car and the Super Bowl, and then something stupid, they go to the right. Well, this one said CTE, straight ahead, career in acting, no CTE, and the card veers off, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I read that this morning. Yeah, it's interesting. It's you don't hear that story a lot. You definitely don't hear that story a lot.
No, but I think it's smart. Like, he's not likely to be, one of those guys that's making $35 million a year in the NFL, right? He has already some acting credits, especially in big movies like Space Jam. Like, that was a huge blockbuster movie, right? Like, it was huge budget.
I don't know if
The second one, no.
I'm not saying that it
flops.
Yeah, I get that it flopped, but I said it was a huge budget, right?
It was a big movie, yeah.
It was a big budget movie, right? Like I'm not talking about how it did with the fans. I'm talking about they put a lot of money into it, right? So he has these credits. He has these credits, like whether Space Jam was a huge flop or not, it didn't flop because of Sierra Wright. It flopped because of LeBron and people just didn't like it, right? Like, but having your name on that credit, especially in not the lead role, right? You have that benefit of, well, I wasn't a lead. I wasn't the lead, so it didn't flop because of me, but it's still a good credit to have on your resume. And he'll probably end up making more money in acting. Like there's a good chance, at least, like Nnamdi Asomugha. You remember Nnamdi from the Raiders, right? Then he went to the Eagles and did absolute dog shit. Then he retired. Well, his wife is Kerry Washington, who's a very famous actress, and she's gotten him into acting, and Nnamdi is actually acting now. Like,
And
I didn't
I
know that.
bet part of what predicated this was he might have a role he was offered as a
mhm,
big break role, not some B movie, but some like legit like maybe a
Yeah,
Marvel property, Star Wars property, because they're shooting the next Star Wars movie, right? That was the last uh, Tie fighter, whatever, something like that. Oh, lost local. Maybe. Oh my God, Fred's here. The aliens didn't get him. Good morning, Fred. Oh, Vogel's back.
oh
Maybe
wait, Ken, did
maybe
you? Oh,
he has a
go
big
ahead.
role sitting there. He's like, well, I could play or I could be in this movie, and this movie's going to pay me more than the NFL, and maybe
Mm.
it's a Marvel movie or some Disney property like Star Wars, or but maybe he's got something cooking, and so I mean, hey, look, it's smart on him if he's going to make his money. I mean that dude, that's smart. I mean, we've seen a lot of guys. Like, I just watched a couple weeks ago that Andrew Luck documentary after he left after 8 years. Now he's what? He's worked for Stanford, making good money at Stanford.
Wait, did you
Um,
hear that, Ken? Breaking news. This guy's going to be playing a role as a retired Cincinnati Bengal player who's going into acting. So he's playing himself. No, I'm kidding. Good for the kid. That was a bad joke. What's up, Fred?
Kenzie Durr.
uh, hey, also some
Mackenzie
breaking news
Dern.
from Chef. He just broke it not that long ago, like maybe 20 minutes ago. Right we're going on air. Brees Hall is going to be out 2 to 3 weeks, but they expect him to be ready for the regular season opener against the Titans, and that came from head coach Aaron Glenn. I don't think that makes a difference for the Jets. I mean, it does, but I don't think it changes their fortunes much.
No.
Just means they're gonna have to rely on Gino's arm even more. Oh,
Jeez, I feel bad for that team.
Fred.
the Packers.
Hey, and of course now, because we did overreaction Monday yesterday, and Joe, be on vacation, was having over chilled out Monday. But let's do some overreaction Tuesday, because I guess one of our favorite guys from the comments who has his own show, Man Hour, yesterday went on a rant. Because we all know Von Miller is now a Cowboy, and according to Man Hour, they're a lock. Go to Vegas, take a second
Oh
mortgage on your
my
house and bet it
gosh.
all. He says
We
the Cowboys are now winning the Super Bowl because Von Miller's there.
No,
how many
he said they're going to the Super Bowl. He guaranteed an NFC championship.
There you go. So bet it all in the NFC Championship,
so how
guaranteed by Man Hour.
so how many times a year do we hear from Cowboys fans, and every year they're wrong? We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We have a great player. We have a great team. We're going to the Super Bowl. I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
By the way, whoever says I'm Tom Cruise, broski, I'm taller than Tom Cruise. I'm 6 foot. That guy's like 5'5" on a good day. So I'd rather not be Tom Cruise, but thanks for being here. But
Yeah, Steve was
I
pretty good in the comments yesterday.
yeah, I'm just so sick of Cowboys fans saying this is our year. Like we've heard it the last forever since their
Since
last
their
Super
last
Bowl
Super
win.
Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Said it at
Since
the
their
same
last
time
Super Bowl
too.
win, we're going back. We're gonna win it again.
Well, Man Hour
Sure you are.
confuses me because he's like a Chiefs fan who's a Packers fan who now is riding Jerry Schlong because they got Von Miller. Um,
Vaughn's
oh, Rose
washed.
gets a question for Vogel though. Can you kick Tom Cruise's
Probably
ass?
not. Probably not.
Probably. Um,
Probably not, broski. No, the Cowboys. Come on, man. Like,
Well, I even dropped it in the comments when he was talking about the Cowboys. I was like, um, don't you think we should wait for Dak to win a playoff game first? Like, you
exactly.
know,
And
um,
plus, adding Von Miller's not. He's a good vet, but it's not a
yeah.
game changer.
I
It's
said
not
Vaughn
like
is washed. Although
it's.
I do think playing next to Quinnen Williams could give him more production, but I personally said if he gets 3 sacks this year, it's a solid contribution.
I agree. And also, you know what? This isn't prime. This isn't prime Von Miller. We're talking about. Thanks, Fred. We're talking about older Von Miller who's hanging in there, looking for
With
those
the
small
receding
contributions.
hairline now, where he almost looks like he's
But
Jefferson's.
I didn't confirm this for myself, but according to Man Hour, Von Miller quietly had 9 sacks last year.
Let me see.
So if that's true, then he might get a little more contribution than I said. You know, if he got 9
mean,
last year playing next to Quinnen Williams, you know.
Let's see what Von Miller had last.
Like, I'm sorry, but Von Miller, I know you were with the Commanders, and then you were with the Rams, and then I forget the Bills, or I think maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, just hang it up. Call yourself a Bronco.
Yeah,
Retire
he had
as a
9
Bronco.
sacks last year.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, so Man Hour wasn't wrong about everything, but I just think, and he was, he said that in his opinion, they're going to give Von Miller a pitch count, right? Like, he's not going in there for 70 snaps, 60 snaps a game. He's going in there for 15 snaps a game, and it's going to be all strictly pass rush, Well, yeah, so I think he could contribute, but I still don't. I don't think that puts them over the hump. Like I'm sorry, but
no, it doesn't. It doesn't fix their offense. It doesn't fix their defense. It helps. I mean, that's like the Bears signed a certain player this week. I know it's Broski's favorite guy. The Bears just signed a defensive end. But will Von Miller help that defense? Yeah, but I mean, they needed help. It helps. But does it push them over the top? Does it make them able to stop a healthy Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit, Minnesota?
Philadelphia. What about their division?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man Hour guaranteed the NFC East. He said the Cowboys are a lock for the division. I'm like, you have the Giants there who are getting better, right? You have Philly, who's still the cream of the division, right?
And you got the Commanders, which who knows what they are.
Who knows, man?
Yeah. I just mediocrity from the Cowboys this year, I think, will happen.
I'm waiting for Broski to react to what I told that that the Bears have signed a certain player from Detroit, by the way, who played for Detroit. And no, not Terry Arnold, because he went to the Seahawks.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, Terry.
I just think that's crazy work. To pick the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl is crazy work.
Every year it is. It's madness.
Like, if Dak was winning playoff games, okay. But,
No.
Yeah.
Steve is jumping in for Broski. The Bears signed Davenport, or as we like to call him, Davenpoop.
Oh, yeah, he is Davenpoop.
Davenport. Moonscar, did he even play in Detroit? I mean, I don't know if he's a camp body or what right now.
He's probably a camp body, knowing him.
Yeah, Fred's like, yeah, maybe not a starter, but a depth player. I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, bring him up and put him on the field during the trash time so no one gets hurt. Here we go. Or he's still in the Dallas game. They'll be in the hunt for a wild card, and they might or might not get that wild card spot. If they do get the wild card, they'll lose. Yeah.
I did really like. I got to admit, last year towards the end of the season, when they had CeeDee Lamb and Pickens on the field at the same time, that offense was potent, dude. Like, I liked what they were doing there.
I mean, look, the Cowboys aren't terrible, but I just love how people get on that. Oh my God, you guys got Von Miller. Dude, this isn't Von Miller 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's still good. 9 sacks. Playing for Washington last year, not bad. And it's pretty good actually, but you know, he's not going 4 downs, right? If it's prolonged drives, you're rotating him more. He's not an every down guy anymore. You know, he just isn't. I mean, he's still effective if you just keep
Yeah.
him fresh. He's still effective. Technique helps a lot, right? He's still effective, but to guarantee an NFC championship, man, I just want to know what kind of drugs he's taking.
Oh, dude, I said the exact same thing, but I said it after Manhour made this comment as well. He said that he guaranteed that Von Miller would have more sacks this season than Max Crosby.
Oh, bruh.
Bro.
He was smoking that good shit, dude. Like he's smoking that good because I laughed out loud at that one. I was like, more than Max Crosby. Like, so you're saying Von Miller is going to be a top 5 pass rusher in the league this year? Okay.
Broski's ignoring me on the Davenport stuff. He's like, I'm ignoring you. He doesn't want. He's like, no, please don't tell me. But it's true, Broski. Come on, man. We got Davenport. We're going to the Super Bowl now. Remember, it's overhype Tuesday. We scored 34 unanswered points on Saturday. We're going to the Super Bowl undefeated now. Join the overhype train. And now we got Davenport. I mean, come on, dude. He's gonna have 30 sacks. It's over.
It's over, man.
It's over. It's over. Detroit's been dismantled. Davenport's in Chicago. Terrion Arnold's in Seattle. It's done. They're going to lose every game. They're going back to 0-16 or 0-17. The Bears are going 17-0 because we got Davenport. We're going to cruise on through the Super Bowl, and then we're going to go undefeated next year too while we're overhyped.
Exactly.
I hope y'all got a good laugh out of that.
I did.
I'll tell you one overreaction that I have that I think may not be an overreaction. I think the Cardinals have a chance to have a really good offense this year. Like, if you look at what they've been able to put together using just vanilla schemes in their 2 preseason games, they're scoring a lot of points.
They were a hard out last year, Joe. I think they'll be a hard out this year. I don't think they were that bad last year. I mean,
Raiders versus Bears Super Bowl.
Oh, it'd be lit. It'd be on fire because I also like the Raiders. I mean, obviously I'm a Bears fan, but the Raiders have always been my AFC team. So I'd be happy. The Raiders would be losing, but I'd be happy.
I wouldn't care who they were playing against. Just getting the Raiders back in the Super Bowl would be. I'm just like, I just want to get back in the playoffs, man. Like, you know, and I don't think this is the year. Like, I think we'll see some improvement this year, but I think we're still a couple of players away from being a real contending team.
But back to the Cardinals, dude. I mean, they were a hard out last year. Look, Green Bay took them to overtime. What was Green Bay going to overtime a lot last year? Matt LaFleur. Was it Mike LaFleur wins one before Matt LaFleur? I will die. Well, you get ready to die. I think that's a better possibility, honestly, in some ways, because Matt LaFleur might be jobless by the end of the year.
Jeremiah Love, yeah, he had a high ankle sprain in that Raider game.
Yeah, he did. But I mean, they were looking, and that's what we were saying yesterday. Is like, I don't know what their offensive line, but they keep getting their running backs hurt there. But dude, they were a hard out last year. Like, they were not a horrendously bad team. They just weren't good enough to win a lot of games. You know, like they were that team that was close and in the fight, and then just at the end they would succumb. You know, I mean, they were a hard out. They took teams to the wire. A lot of teams to the wire. Green Bay had to take them to overtime.
But if you look at their offense, right? Look at their offense this year. Like, they have Jeremiah Love and Algiers, right? They have Trey McBride. Marvin Harrison actually started catching balls. I mean, it's preseason, so, you know, I'm not going to get too high on that. But he's making some catches.
Would it be safe to call them a sleeper team, maybe, Joe? Because everyone's sleeping on them, thinking they're just a bad team, but they're really not.
I
I
think,
still think they're a 7-win team
yeah, but
at least.
so it depends on your definition of sleeper. Like if by sleeper you mean that they have a chance at the playoffs, then no. But if by sleeper you mean a team that everybody expects to win 3 games, but they end up winning 7, I think so.
Yeah, they're
I'm
that.
trying.
They're that. Go ahead, Vogel.
I was gonna say, let me look at their schedule.
They're that team that some of these guys are going to see on the schedule and be like, they're trap game. They're a trap game because,
Hmm.
and they were a trap game last year for a lot of teams. I mean, ask the Packers.
Yeah,
Division
they've
game.
got a kind of tough start to the schedule.
Well, I mean, their
That's the problem.
division is hard, right? But we know.
Besides that, they go. I'll just tell you after week. Yeah. I think they're gonna. Yeah, and they may start like 1-4 or 1-5 because they got Chargers and they got Seahawks, 49ers, Giants, Lions, Rams, Broncos, Cowboys, Seahawks. It's gonna be an interesting year. Let's just
Well,
say
I mean,
that.
division games are always. I don't care if you're the best or the worst. Those games can go either way. It's,
Oh
right.
yeah,
But
for
like,
sure.
dude, I could see them beating the Cowboys. I could see them beating the Lions as a trap
Beating the
game.
Lions is a stretch.
Where's that game at? Detroit, the Lions game.
Uh, Let me look.
And it makes a difference.
I think beating Detroit is a stretch because I think
But where's
Detroit's
the
gonna.
game, Vogel? That's the
Oh,
important
sorry.
part.
I'm looking. I'm looking. It is in it's in Arizona.
That's a trap game, man. That they were hard at home last year.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I could see them beating the Niners too. The Niners are
yeah.
completely depleted right now.
So I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I'm saying. And look at, they're not an easy out by
No.
any stretch of the imagination. So, uh, they're playing the Lions. The Lions finished what, third place last year in the division, or fourth
Yeah.
place? Yeah, they're playing
Third.
a third place schedule. I mean, they were ahead of the Niners last year in the division. They made a late playoff push. They failed, but they were in that hunt late in the season trying to get a wild card spot. So I mean, don't sleep on the Cardinals. That's why I call them a sleeper, because people go, oh well, everyone thinks, oh, obviously you have the Super Bowl champ in that division. Obviously you have the Rams with what they've been doing in that division. And
So
people go, and people still give the 49ers a lot of credit, even though they're probably coming out of a window,
they
right? Not
are coming
still in
out
a
of a
window.
window. So
Arizona gets slept on, dude. People look at them and they're like, oh, they're the worst team in the division.
I
Well, they
agree.
weren't the worst team in the division last year, and they weren't a team that you just went and beat up on either. So that's
Exactly.
why I call them a
So
sleeper.
I have a so
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question for you guys. Do you think, and I'm not saying it's from me, it's for saying for people out there, is it a lock you say Jacoby Brissett's the starter for the
Yeah.
I would
Cardinals?
I would say so. I don't think you're gonna trot a rookie Carson Beck out there.
Oh, what's up, Yenzer? What's up, Jagoff?
Yeah, I think they gave him the extension this year. Well, not the extension, the pay raise. They gave him a pay raise to be the backup.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
did.
You think they paid him an extra 10 million to be the backup?
No.
No.
No, yeah. He's the starter. He's the starter unless he gets hurt or shit goes really bad.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think
So I
he
mean,
gives them the best chance to win.
yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But I think that they have a chance to be a better team than what people expect. I just don't think they're gonna be a contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, look at 2 years ago. Well, but 2 years ago, Joe and I were like, "Oh, they're going to win 8, 9 games." The Raiders, right? We were like, "They're going to win a lot of games," and then they won like what, 5, something like that. Joe and I were like, "Oh God." Then last year, like, okay, the injuries are over, because last year the entire defense was decimated. They were all out on injuries except for Matt. Like everybody was on the IR, and they're going to be much better this year. And they got Pete Carroll and this, that, and the other. We were high on the Raiders last year. oh, they're gonna win 7, 8 games, and they're like, wah wah wah. So yeah, dude, we learned our lesson on the Raiders. We gotta we gotta keep a little more low key with them and just hope they get closer to a winning record this
Yeah, I like the steps that they've taken. I think it bodes well for the future, but I don't think the future is now. You know?
Oh, Fred, isn't that the norm? What Fred is saying here, like, a team talks shit about a guy, and then once they sign, well, they weren't using him right. And look, at sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's a change of scenery. Sometimes it's a change of scheme. Sometimes it's the whatever. I look at to me, he's still dabbing poop till he proves otherwise.
Mhm.
Like if he comes to Chicago and all of a sudden is like, whoa, where was this guy in Detroit? Right? I mean, we've seen that before.
Yeah.
Like you'll let a guy go, and next thing you know, he's an all pro, and you're like, whoa, this guy was like we couldn't wait to get rid of this guy, Jay Leno. And now he's good.
Jay
And
Leno, come on, stop calling me that.
no, but no, not you, the player Leno. We
Oh,
wanted him out
sorry.
of Chicago. There are a couple guys we wanted out of Chicago, went other places, and did really, really well. So I mean, that happens in this league. I
I
think
was
it
like,
is
I'm not.
funny though how some Bears fans are like instantly because he signed, like, oh well, God, he's gonna be so value added, blah 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 blah. I'm in a Bears chat on X, and some of these guys are all excited, and I just replied, Davin poop,
All I have to say
because
is,
he's
and
still
I
Davin
agree.
poop.
Mhm.
So until Davenport shows he's not Davin poop, he's still Davin poop.
Davin shit.
I mean, okay, sure, he's cheap. If he's healthy, the potential is there. Potential, but and I get we signed on potential, but I'm not going to be one of those Bears fans who just says, "Oh, well, Davenport is now." Yes, there you go. I was waiting for that. I knew that was coming. And look, I'm not. If he's a body, if he's a camp body, cool, whatever. I'm fine with that. Let him throw some money away. I mean, if he pans out, cool. But he's still Davenport to me until he proves otherwise. I'm not going to be one of these Bears fans like, oh, well, now we signed Davenport. He's automatically a great player. We're going to win the Super Bowl because of it. Go mortgage your house and guarantee an NFC North championship or an NFC championship. I mean, no, no. I mean, look at Foles. Foles has garnered enough trust, right? Where I'm like, all right, cool. Let's see what he does. I'm not mad at it. I'm not like, oh God, what the hell are we doing? But like, okay, I'll give him the opportunity. There's nothing, I mean, it's not going to hurt this team in the long run.
I agree, Fred.
I mean, if he can play above his contract and the Bears can use him, cool. But until then, he's dabbing poop.
Damn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um. No, it's not that we have injuries, but I
I
think
see it as
Dio.
you're just giving a veteran player a chance. Like, if he's good enough to beat out some of the guys that you have on the roster, then it's a net win, right? Like, if not, then you didn't lose anything.
And it probably wasn't a hefty contract, so.
Well, and he has experience with Allen. He played for him in NOLA. Um, I don't know. It looks like they're moving Dio to the inside too, and not the edge. So who knows what they've got in store for him?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I mean, well, at this point, I'm like, roll the dice. Let's see what we got. Maybe who knows? I have enough trust in polls. I'm like, okay, there's a plan here. We are not seeing it. We think, everyone made fun of this guy in the division last year, called him dabbing poop, dabbing shit, whatever. Um, so let's see what he does. But I'm not gonna like some guys are like, oh my god, look at this. He was such a good player, this, that, and the other. Like, no, he sucked. So let's see. Maybe the change of scenery does them good. maybe he makes Broski and I maybe somewhat of a believer. Like, okay, you can contribute to this team, but I'm going to reserve judgment on that until we see it.
Mhm. And let's not act like it's something that every team that like it's not something that every team does. Every team in the offseason goes and signs a veteran guy that, there are question marks about, and they're like, we don't know if he's going to pan out or not, but we're going to give him a shot. Like, if he ends up showing that he's better than one of the guys that we have on the roster now, then like I said, it's a net upgrade, like even as a rotational player, right? So if not, then we cut him, and there's no dead money. There's no, it's like no harm, no foul.
I'm wondering though, with Dio going to the tackle, I wonder if that
I
also
just,
means Booker is more ready, and they felt that Dio would be better at tackle. I don't
I,
know. I mean, because they
I
were
just
high
love
on
how for
Dio.
Broski. I just love how for Broski, if you're not a good defensive end in the NFL, you're just a waste of human flesh. Like he has no other redeeming qualities at all. Like
Yeah,
maybe
he's
the
just
dude,
like, you're done.
yeah, maybe the dude rescues kittens or something, man. Like you know
You're
what I
paying him
mean? Like,
$20 million, though. I get where Broski's coming from
yeah,
because this was a guy they thought would break out, and then he got hurt, and they were high on him coming through Man Hour's favorite things because if this were Man Hour here when he was looking at OTAs, Dio would have been like the most dominant edge in the league. They were so hyped on him during OTAs, and now we get to camp, and it's like, yeah, not so much. Let's move in the defensive tackle. Um, so yeah, I mean,
Wow.
cats are evil.
uh,
I have two cats in the man cave who
but
beg to differ from us.
is it Dio's fault that the Bears paid him $20 million? No, like it. If
Yes,
you
it is,
offer me a
Joe.
$20 million contract, I'm gonna sign it. Like,
No, I mean, look at I get why the Bears signed him, right? They felt that he was due to step up. I mean, that's exactly what Pohl said. We have a feeling that he's gonna take that next step. Okay, well, so far they've been wrong, and that's fine. I don't mind Poles being wrong. I mean, they can't be perfect all the time. Everyone's gonna miss to one degree or another, and then like you're gonna just strike lightning in a bottle too. So I
Yeah.
mean, he's not the worst free agent signing I don't think we've had in recent years, but I mean, I'm going to reserve a little bit of judgment on Dio for the season because obviously we're not seeing him play at all right now. Yeah, they moved him to tackle at practice. That might be a good thing. Sometimes an adjustment over moving a guy over makes a difference, right? So I'm not going to like call him an oxygen thief yet. I'm not going to call him a waste of human flesh yet. But oh geez,
yeah, but it's not his fault that the Bears signed him to a $20 million contract. They're the ones that offered the money. In my opinion, it doesn't make him a bad guy for signing it. Like if you offer me $20 million, I'm gonna take it.
like right now, I don't think he's as bad as the Grady Jarrett signing. And I'm going to reserve a little bit of judgment on that. Well, I'm going to put an asterisk on that. I want to see what happens as the season goes on with him. If maybe moving him to defensive tackle is something that turns out all of a sudden becomes blockbuster, right? You never know. So we'll see. I'm gonna reserve a little bit of judgment, but right now I'm not. It's not a great sign. It was not a great sign as of now.
Mhm.
That can change. Oh, gee.
Well, it's overreaction Tuesday.
It is. Obviously they do, broski, because they moved them there. I'm just saying. I mean, look at. There might be a method to the madness that you and I don't see. I don't. I don't. It's not like I disagree with you, but I'm willing to give it the shot. Right? Let's see what it does. I mean, can't be any worse than it was last year, can it?
And I can see the logic behind it. Like sometimes you get a guy who you make him an undersized DT because of his speed, his ability to shoot gaps, right?
Yep.
Like it makes sense from that perspective. It just, we'll see if, because you're not going to be able to shoot gaps every play. Like sometimes you're, as a defensive tackle, you're going to have to take on double teams. How's he going to handle that? You know?
Well, maybe that's part of it. Maybe like, hey, maybe he doesn't have to handle it. You just got to tie him up so like Austin Booker is now free,
Hmm.
right? I mean, look, people forget Montez Sweat very quietly had a good year last year. Very quietly had a
Mhm.
good year. And I say quietly because that Bears defense, all the focus was on turnovers, and we were always complaining about how bad the D line was, and we weren't getting pushed, and we weren't getting to the quarterback. But yet, Montez Sweat did get to the quarterback quite a bit last year. Did disrupt quite a lot of plays. He kind of went unsung. Um, so let's see. I'm interested. Like I said, for me, the defense is a big question mark. Big question mark, right? That
Hmm.
Bears defense is definitely a question mark. If they can be a top 15 defense somehow, this team and the offense is what we think it is, this team can go places, a lot of places, right? But I want to see, they're a question mark, and uh, I don't know. I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's I see some people have this notion that Ben is doing all the drafting and all this that now. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, Foles' fingerprints are still all over a lot of these draft picks.
Yeah,
I
the
think I
GM
think Ben,
definitely
like
has
every head
some
coach,
input
has
on the
input
draft.
and a piece to it, a big piece to it. But this is still Foles. You know what I'm saying? Like I think when it comes to certain offensive players, Ben has definitely got his hands in that cookie jar. When it comes to the defensive players, I don't think his hands as much in that cookie jar. I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
I don't think any GM is just gonna like let his head coach do all the drafting. He's gonna have, because your job is tied directly to the head coach's decisions. You're gonna have some input. Now you might give your head coach the final say, right? Um, you might you might say, okay, like we're gonna, it's a consensus thing, but you're gonna ultimately have like the veto power, right? Or the GM can say, I'm gonna have the veto power, like I'm gonna listen to you, but at the same time, if there's a move that I really don't like, I'm gonna reserve that veto power, because my job is tied to you and to the decisions that you make. So I think polls will probably have some say. If I'm the Bears next year, my first 4 rounds, I'm going all defense, dude. Like I'm gonna go try to get some studs on that defense because the offense, I'm not gonna say that like it's a finished product, but it's good enough to compete right now. Like it's good enough to score 30 points a game if they need
You
to.
if they're gonna if they're gonna replace Swift and there's another lightning running back, let's say Monanga is still the bowling ball. Um, I could see them maybe if there's a good running back in the draft. I could see them
Hmm.
getting a running back to replace Swift if they're gonna move on from him at the end of the year. Um,
Absolutely.
but there's like I said before, if Swift has a good year and they can sign him at good money that is works for Swift, works for the team, then I think they would keep Swift for another year or two probably. But if there's a good running back in the draft, then I could see them getting a running back in the draft, and then yeah, defensive line.
I'm
Uh,
trying to get up. I'm trying to get up to get the best pass rusher in the draft next year. Like even
yeah.
if I have to trade some picks, I'm willing to do that to go get the best pass rusher in the draft. And then in the second and third round, I go get, either a linebacker or some DBs, like,
Oh,
guys
DBs
that
for sure.
DBs, you know. Um, but a linebacker wouldn't be the worst thing either, like the Bears linebackers are all right, but I would, you want to have at least one stud in your linebacker core. One stud makes
Well,
a difference, man.
and like Brisker went to Pittsburgh, and I wish we'd have kept Brisker. Like it took him a while last year to get back to normal, but by the end of the year, man, he was back to being Brisker,
Or
and
Byard.
he went. and he went cheap. Like they could have signed him for what he went to Pittsburgh
Mhm.
for.
Or Byard. I thought Byard had a good season too.
Byard, though, I mean, now that Kobe's injured, Kobe is Byard but younger and faster. So I got that move. That made sense.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah, I mean, I don't think, and now I don't think they rushed Ozzy back. Ozzy's gonna go to his. I don't think they necessarily rushed Ozzy back. I'm a little surprised he's already practicing to an extent. But man, we've been saying this all off season, man. How fast these guys are coming back from these injuries. Like, dude, the rehab, they've cracked the code somewhat because these rehabs are getting shorter and shorter, and these guys aren't getting re-injured from it either. Most of them, right?
Yeah.
They've medical science has somewhat cracked the code here. I think these guys, we're used to it being a year. Now it's like 6 months, if that.
Oh,
Mhm.
look who's in the chat.
Oh yeah, there. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Bears don't need a receiver next year. It looks like. Um, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like he came, and I agree with you, Broski. But towards the end of the season, like the last 4 or 5 games, and definitely in the playoffs, he looked more like himself. Like I wasn't mad, but I wouldn't have minded him staying either. Do you know what I mean? Like I think he would have been worth the gamble because he was starting to look like he was coming back to the Brisker that we all loved in Chicago. Oh, hey man, Howard. So I want to know, are you gonna put a second, or would it be your fifth mortgage on your house to put it all on the Cowboys winning the NFC Championship? Now they got Von Miller.
I want to know, like, you said that Von Miller is going to have more sacks than Max Crosby this season
No.
and take that to the bank. Like, I'm just blown away by that, dude.
Oh, dude, Vinny, for sure. I mean, there are a couple quarterbacks going to get paid this year, probably. We've seen that coming though. We know that's coming.
Mhm.
Okay,
I'm
your
just
house is
curious.
paid off. So are you gonna take a loan out against your house to put it all on the Cowboys winning the NFC Championship this year? Because we heard you were making some pretty lofty claims last night. Yeah, the Cowboys are going nowhere. I agree with Vinny.
Oh man.
Okay. Uh, that makes sense because dude, you looked pretty serious, and I was like, man, I was smoking on that good shit, dude. Like, if you're trolling me, that's an excellent troll.
Hey, they
Okay.
do get some pretty good stuff in the Indianapolis area, from what I understand. So,
No, but
Indiana is
like,
not devoid of the good stuff.
yeah, but because he had me convinced that he was being serious. So, like, it wasn't a situation where I was like, oh, you know, it was a situation where I was like, man, Manhour doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I,
I
I,
think it
I
helps. It helps the Cowboys as far as veteran presence, mentorship, teaching. He's still got technique. He's still going to get to the quarterback, for whatever his pitch count is. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Um,
no, it's not a terrible signing, and it's not super expensive. And like I said, the one intriguing part about it for me is putting him next to Quentin Williams. Like that to me is
Yeah, John, no. I like
yeah,
Max.
Max will have 8 sacks against KC. And I hope every single one of them is against Patrick Mahomes. You know,
the Cowboys do
don't
tend to
know.
start hot, don't they?
But the Giants, it depends on. I mean, is Scatabo coming back? Like, is he going to be healthy week 1? What's Jackson Dart and them look like? Like the Giants have been building a defense over there. They've been drafting. Like, how many fucking defensive ends do you need, dude? Like, they're drafting outside linebackers to use them as defensive ends they already have what could be the best defensive line in football. Like,
I
you
agree.
know, I mean, they got rid of Dexter Lawrence, but I mean,
Yeah,
dude,
for
they're
Dallas
pass
to
rush.
go into New York and win week 1, I mean, look at if they were to go into New York and win week 1, oh my God, we're not going to be able to get away from that. For that whole week, it's going to be how they're going to the Super Bowl and blah 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 blah. But man, New York's a good team. They're going to be good this year.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I like what New York has been doing, and I think if they
They had
can,
a go ahead,
go ahead.
Joe.
No, you go ahead.
I like what they did this offseason. They get they got a handful of good pieces, I know.
Didn't they get Odell Beckham Jr. too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
got
signed
Isaiah.
with one
I think
hand.
they got Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, they
Yep.
got Likely.
Um,
Likely had some bad drops last year, but I still like the player. Like,
didn't
I
they
think
And
get a
he's
good O
Harbaugh,
lineman too?
Harbaugh being there, what's that defense going to look like now?
Did they get
Like Joe said,
Linderbaum or am I?
no, not Linderbaum. That's the
I'm
they
Raiders
tired.
got Linderbaum.
yeah, the Raiders. I mean, look at they got they had a good defense. They have good players on that defense. Let me put it that way. I think with their new coaching, I think that like they're going to be good. But this is where Dallas has an advantage in week 1. New coach, new scheme, new terminology. Dallas, a little more static from last year. I think Dallas does have a little bit of an edge, maybe possibly in week 1 because of some of the changes. But I wouldn't sleep on the Giants either.
Not to mention having CD Lamb and Pickens both healthy, playing at the same time. Like, offensively, Dallas. I said this at the end of last year. Dallas's offense was looking really good when they had Pickens and CD on the field at the same time. Like, I like what they're doing over there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, like, I don't have any worries about Dallas in the regular season. I think that they could be competitive. They'll be in the mix for a wild card spot. It's just once they get to the playoffs, like, I expect Dak to do Dak things.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's be a good game. That'd be a really good game in week 1, though. To be honest, that might be a great game to watch. Dallas and
Mhm.
Giants, just because rivalry. But both teams, man, there's some expectations. I mean, look, you don't think New York has expectations after seeing with some of the stuff they saw last year, the glimpses. Oh yeah, there's expectations in New York this year. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah.
Um, but it's going to be interesting to
Oh
see
yeah,
what
I forgot
Dallas can do.
They got Malachi Fields too from Notre Dame.
Oh dang,
Ooh.
crazy.
And we might talk about this one tomorrow because we're almost out of time for the day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I may have to join you guys tomorrow. We'll see how we feel. If not, then Thursday for sure. Man hour.
Steelers still suck.
I want to make sure I get through these comments. We're starting to run low on time. Interesting stuff going on. Dude, the Giants, Cowboys. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Week 1, and the Bears. Like I said, the defense for me is the question mark, and I don't know what to make of Davin Poop and Dio going inside. How much of it's smoke screen? How much of it is not? Did they rush Theo back? I don't think so. But we got what 3 weeks now? 3 weeks till the regular season. Well, 4 really. I mean, we're getting close, boys. And
Yep.
on that last terrible take, though, we're out of time. Vogel, thank you for hopping on today. Joe, enjoy the rest of your vacation day before you load up the family and go on back to the regular lifestyle of the hustle and bustle.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope
Yep.
you've enjoyed the
I
vacation.
should be. I should be available on Thursday. I'll hit you up, Ken.
All right, cool. Everyone in the comments, Broski, Man Hour, Vinny, everyone else I'm missing, thank you for being in the comments today. We will see you again tomorrow for another edition of Ken and Joe in the Morning. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.